Political communication is one of the most effective, important, and most serious kinds of human communication. That's mostly occur between politicians and also among people and politicians and also political-based entities such as political parties, media, and political leaders. And also political communication is the process of producing and sharing messages, political messages that affect daily activities of politicians and also people's attitudes and points of views towards the general situations in societies in the countries. And also political communication mostly focus on the ways politicians, people try their franchises and their votes to choose the related candidates in the elections and also in the different types of public and political processes. Actually, political communication is interdisciplinary discipline or system of communication or type of communication. It belongs to both human communication and political sciences, because when we talk about political communication, mostly we use terms and also issues from both human communication and political sciences. And when we use political communication to discuss with different people, especially politicians and people who are active in the field of politics, we use the skills and abilities from both sides and both sections and both disciplines, from both communication in politics and political sciences. And also when we try to produce messages, we consider norms and also standards of both disciplines and both sections. That's why political communication is an interdisciplinary discipline which consists of both political science or politics and human communication. And when we use political communication to produce or transfer messages or to interact with politicians and people who concerned in the different steps and points of politics or political communication, we have to be a little serious, we have to be punctual, and we have to try our best to use the messages and transfer the messages very clearly, and try to be responsible for all of our messages and actions and reactions. To be more successful in political communications, individuals, especially politicians, need to improve some particular skills and abilities. The main and very important and effective skills and abilities that help us to interact properly, to interact with politicians and different people who use political communication properly and helpfully. The first one is we have to learn some basic and important skills and abilities from both human communication and politics or political sciences. And we have to increase the levels of our information about serious issues of human communication in political sciences. And also we have to try our best to find some common issues and common values of communication in political science. And also we have to improve the levels of our linguistic skills and proficiencies, and also we have to improve the levels of our social awareness, because when we talk with different individuals or different people, we have to consider their sensitivities and also their values and norms. And besides all of this, we have to be punctual and well dressed, because in other parts of human communication, in interpersonal communication with our friends or shopkeepers, with different people, or even in with professional communications with our co-workers or some others, we may do not care too much on our uniform dress, but in political communication, we have to focus on our dressing way and actions and reaction and activities, because all things may affect the process of our actions and reactions in our communications in the context of political communications. That's why we have to consider that political communications is one of the most important and effective types and concepts of human communication, and actually it affects the overall situations and living situations of societies all over the world. Because when we now experience some problems in Ukraine or all over the world in some other areas, or people go to conflicts and fight, some people lose their houses in their lives. All of these things, the process, the results of political communication. Actually, it's better to, when we interact and use political communication, it's better to use communication, especially political communication, as the main way of achieving our goals instead of war or conflicts or other things. Actually, through the continuation of even very tough political communications, we may be sometimes unhappy, we may be sad, but at the end, we and other people could save our lives, but with no distractions. But instead of political communications, when we use war or conflicts, people may lose their lives and their belongings. That's why political communication is very important, and political communication can be used as one of the best and most ways to discuss, to try to achieve our goals, and even our national goals. It's the best way for different nationalities and societies to talk and discuss and achieve their personal or their national goals. I am Dr. Abdul Qahar Sarwari, professional of humanities, technology, and human communication. If you think such videos are helpful, please subscribe the channel. Thank you.